ass party. Things like that irritate me a lot. You know, really get on my way. Anyway, in what was the best match of the night, Psychosis and Juventud Guerrero defeated Rey Mysterio Jr. and Billy. Sorry, I always do this, and it's not Billy Kidman, it's just Kidman. I've got to do things like that because Mr. Shoot will shout at me because he was such a big WCW fan. Just bear in mind, people, Mr. Shoot bollocked me one time because I wore an NWO t-shirt, even though I didn't watch WCW back in the day. He's a stickler for detail, and that's no mistake. So sorry, Rey Mysterio Jr. I've even spelled it right on my sheet, Mr. Shoot, and Kidman. Good match this one. Fast-paced action for all four men. Nice tilt world backbreaker by Rey. Great double teaming by Rey and Kidman. For example, they do a double clothesline spot where they both clothesline their opponents out of the ring, and then they both go to opposite corners and they do double axe handles to the outside. That was real nice. Hoovy Driver gets 2 for Hoovy, shockingly. Kidman misses a drop kick, hits Rey instead of Psychosis. Psychosis then hits a guillotine leg drop for the 3. I've been thinking about it that as one of my finishing moves, to be honest, a guillotine leg drop. I need to find somewhat high first, obviously, but yeah. Now, I guess 3 2-star match. Believe it or not, this one actually went about 8 minutes. I couldn't believe it. I actually couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, they actually gave the cruiserweights some time, and you know, they got a decent decent match out of it. Then, Mean Gene's on the entrance ramp. He calls out Nash. Oh yeah, asked Nash to come out. Nash comes out, he calls out Hogan for a match. Then Flair comes out and makes Hogan versus Nash. Way, the crowd love it, by the way. It's like, hang on, this guy's a heel. Anyway, next Hogan. We do a recap of Goldberg versus Nash. The match where Nash won the belt, which I've forgotten when that took place. Was that Starrcade, people? I can't remember, I'm really sorry. And they show another Elizabeth thing where she's changing her story once again, so all the details don't make sense. At one point she says Goldberg's been stalking her at the water cooler. At the next interview you see that Goldberg's been stalking me at the Coke machine. Yeah, it's like, hang on, did you just say water cooler? It's all in bollocks. Hogan comes out, he disses Goldberg, calls him a sexual deviant. Then even better, how's this for a diss? He calls Nash a spoon. If someone called me a spoon to my face, man, I don't know if I could take it, you know. I'd probably just break down and weep uncontrollably like a little girl, you know. Spoon, man, that's harsh. That's deep, man. That's deep-seated hatred, you know, between two men. Spoon. Blah, 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 blah. Hogan goes on about running for president, blah, 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 but then changes his mind and says that he wants to kick Nash's ass, blah, 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 blah. Then we see Jericho backstage in a segment that was filmed earlier today. He was talking to that same ref who was in the Perry Saturn match and was saying, basically, Perry Saturn keeps putting his hands on you. What you should do is next time Perry Saturn puts his hands on you, you should disqualify him. That's where the disqualification came from. Because Perry Saturn did the springboard, came off the ropes, crashed into the ref. That's putting your hands on me. There's the DQ. It all makes sense though. Hey! Scott Steiner defeated Conan to retain the TV title, but fuck, listen, as it says in my notes, fuck what happened in the match, it's the commentary. This is one of the 2 reasons why I really wanted to review this Nash, or really do a video about this Nitro. Tony Schiavone says that if you're thinking of changing the channel to our competition, e.g. the WWF, Mick Foley, who used to star here as Cactus Jack, is going to win their version of the world title. What a joke that is. Nice one, Tony. Real nice. Do you want to know what happened at that exact moment, people? If you're unaware of it, approximately 500,000 people changed the channel just because of the way that Tony had said it. A lot of these people were hardcore fans. They had watched so far an hour and a half of pathetic, or maybe 2 hours even, of pathetic wrestling program. Absolutely shocking. A lot of them, though, still had an affection for Mick Foley. They remembered him as Cactus Jack. So literally 500,000 WCW fans just went, oh, bollocks to this. We're watching shite at the moment. We're meant to be having a main event match, Nash versus Goldberg, that I'll probably watch, but now Goldberg's been arrested, so it's obviously not going to happen. Fuck it. So they all turned over. Fantastic. Nice one, Tony. That's brilliant. Wraith. Is it Wraith or is it Wrath? He comes out. He issues an open challenge. He says, blah, blah, blah. One thing I really hate is no competition. Blah, blah, blah. So if anyone's got the guts, blah, 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 fucking blah. Bam Bam Bigelow comes out. They brawl for a bit, and then they brawl on the outside. Then they brawl on the ramp, and then they go backstage, and that's it. End of match. How ridiculous is that? It's not a no decision. It's not a count out. It's nothing. You sat there going, what the fuck's just happened? This is awful, by the way. Can I just point out, this is torture for me, watching this show. I mean, I know that for the historical reason that I wanted to review it, and it was my own fucking choice, but it's just all kinds of, when you watch it for 3 fucking hours. Here's a thought, if it was 3 hours long, what's the point in pay-per-views? Yeah, that's just me. Back at the police station, Liz changes the story various times. They threaten her with perjury. She then tells the truth. Goldberg is free. He's got about 30 minutes to get back to the arena. Problem is that when he was first arrested, they showed a clip of outside, and they showed the police station was opposite the arena. So bear in mind that Goldberg's got about 30 minutes to walk maybe 30 steps. Will he make it? I wonder. Next, DDP defeated Bryan Adams in an okay match. Very nice swinging neck breaker by DDP. Nice back breaker by Adams. DDT from DDP. That's confusing. That was nice. Atomic drop by Adams is pretty sweet. Diamond cutter. It was almost a tornado diamond cutter. It was weird, but it looked good. That got the 3 for DDP. 1.5 stars. It's alright. It's alright. I like DDP a lot. I've got to say that. I've just watched his shoot instantly with the RF videos, and that was fantastic. Very, very entertaining. Runs for 4 hours. Yeah, it's 4 hours long. So if you've got, if you're not doing anything of a morn or an evening, I thoroughly recommend you get that one. I'm really chuffed about that, to be honest. So with no sign of Goldberg, we go on to the main event. 30 minutes to work 30 steps. Oh my! Maybe the crossing was out on the road. Maybe he just couldn't cross. I can't think of why he didn't come out. Anyway, so Hogan and Nash come out. They get Buffer to do all the big announcements. That takes 10 minutes. This is brilliant. Tony Schiavone mustn't have known what was about to happen because he screams, "This is what professional wrestling's all about. This is what WCW is all about." And it's like, oh, I know what's happening. I know exactly what's coming as well. I'm sure you do too. A minute or so goes by. Nash pushes Hogan into one of the turnbuckles. They come back. Hogan threatens goes to punch him, but stops. And then you know what comes in. He goes like that. Nash sells it like he's been hit with a cannonball. Drops to the mat. Ref counts it. The fans hate it. The announcers hate it. I'm sat there, I've seen this before, and I'm going, oh, that's just pathetic. As the WCW title, any credibility that belt had. Now, I remember that they used to shrill that it was the same as the NWA title. It used to date back to 1900 or whenever it was. Any credibility that title belt had just evaporated in seconds. Goldberg finally appears. He goes legging it through the arena. Steiner and Hull appeared in the ring. They were all celebrating Roddy Rah. So Goldberg batters them, batters on Nash, batters on Hogan, and then Goldberg's latest foe appears. Can you guess who it is? All these young up-and-coming superstars that WCW had at their disposal. Who was it? Who was the one that closed the show by beating on Goldberg? That's right. Lex Luger. Hey! Fucking hell. Quite possibly the worst wrestling show I've watched, if that's me being honest. I know I'm watching these pay-per-views, but this was garbage, just because of all the dud matches, all the, sub 4 minutes. I mean, how hard is it to put on a 10-minute match? God, we complain about the Raw matches that go 5 minutes. This was awful, though. For those 2 moments, though, it had to be reviewed. And I stand by that decision. I don't know if you've even enjoyed this vid. I stand by those 2. Schiavone saying that Mick Foley winning the title was going to be a joke, and so many people switching over. If you look in the description here, it will say what the final ratings were, because I'm going to put that down, because I can't remember off the top of my head at the moment. I have got them to hand somewhere. I'll put down what the ratings were and what they were when that match happened. Mick Foley won the title that night. I'll put what the ratings were at the main event. And for the finger poke of doom, WCW destroying their world champion. That belt never recovered from that. It never had any prestige. It didn't mean jack shit after that. I've been Marc P. This has been 1999 Subs. I really appreciate your opinions, if I'm honest, down here. I'd really like it, because I'd love to know what you thought about. I've been Marc P. Like I say, this has been 1999 Subs. I want to go and get some sleep, because I'm fucking tired, and I feel like shit. Hey, take it easy, guys. I'm ill.